if you want me to be color coordinated. Here.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the From the Chair with Big Money Exchange. Uh, Tonight, Big Money's having some issues with his phone, and Tony's doing some stuff with the Special Olympics. Um, but Big Money will be in the comments. Tonight, we have back on the show the Royal Hawaiian, April Home. Welcome to the show.
Just if you want it right, home has
Home.
an E. So take
Sorry,
the E.
home.
That's okay. But everybody does that. I get everything. I get April Horn because they think it's an R and an N
Right.
instead of an M. So I get April Horny in the mail.
Well, that's got to be a little bit awkward.
I swear that's just too funny. I would get April Horn, April Horny. They get
You're
crazy
like,
stuff.
well, that's not me. I don't know who
Yeah,
that
I'm
is.
like, nope, nope. Hey,
And there's Tony.
is there
Hello,
Tony?
Tony. How are you?
Hi, Tony.
Hi.
Hi.
Ex-
Are you
exhausted.
tired?
Exhausted.
The
Exhausted?
man just played. The man played softball for an hour. I'm pretty sure he's okay.
Oh
And
yeah.
Big
Oh
Money,
wait,
Big
who
Money
did? Who
says
played softball?
aloha.
Who played
Yeah,
softball?
Tony did with the Special Olympics.
Oh, okay. So you actually
So I'm
played.
gonna shut my camera off for a minute.
Okay, well, Big Money can't come on. He's in the comments because he was having issues with his phone.
But we're not
Okay.
live yet.
Oh no,
No.
you're live.
We're
Yeah,
live,
Travis?
and
So I don't
but
see
I
it.
can. Big Money says aloha.
Aloha, Big Money. I thought you were taking it personal, and I said something, and then you left. So
No,
I,
but
I hope that's not the case. I was just commenting on a cool name. I said I really like that. Really, really neat. So
and then somebody named uh, Frank
Frank,
Morzello.
yes, that's Frank from.
That
He's on the East Coast. He's my new buddy. He just did a portrait. I don't know if you saw my sketch that he did. It's going to be my new T-shirt. He did a hula picture, and he did one earlier because last week we did a signing. We did a meet and greet at the Wrestling Guy store here in LA. So it was Lisa Marie Victoria from WWF and
very cool.
Yeah, Little Egypt. And so he did a picture with the three of us. And so he went and did another one, a single one, and he did like a hula picture for me. And so I was just all jazzed. He posted it this morning. And so if you go back and look on my page or my stories, it's on there, and it's going to be my next new T-shirt. So I'm excited to get that done. Yeah.
Very nice.
Very, very cool. So
All right.
hi, Frank. Thank you for everything. I'm so excited. So
And then Big Money wants me to make a correction. He wasn't having problems with his phone. He was having problems with his phone streaming on StreamYard.
oh. So even
Oh,
did he
he's gonna try it
to-
again.
Did he try
I think he's gonna.
using the
I think he's gonna
browser?
try to grace us with his presence.
Well, it was the browser last time for me, and then I didn't. I'm using my phone instead of my laptop.
You're welcome.
So, can you hear me?
Hey, we can hear you.
Yay!
Yay!
I was gonna take it personal. I thought it was
No,
something I
don't.
said.
How have you been, hon?
I'm good. How are you? Are you also up in the Pacific Northwest?
Yep, I actually moved and doing big money moves.
Good. And so where is Anthony playing softball? I'm a big softball nut. So
We're just here at a local field. Well, I forgot you were from Longview, so you might actually know the place. Roy Morris Park.
somewhere in Longview.
Yeah,
I probably drove by it, but
probably.
I haven't played in years. But I used to be a big softball nut. I played, that's part of my story. I think we talked about before. But I
Yep.
play on a co-ed travel team for United Airlines, and then I played on a men's team in Hawaii. So my teammate, the girl, the guys recruited us to play on the men's team. So I played first, played second. So it was lots of fun.
Very nice. And Frank wanted to let you know that he just sent you some files to your Gmail.
Perfect. Thank you, Frank. I can't wait to see them and get going on this. So I appreciate everything. I think I'm going to turn it into buttons too, because I had another
Very nice.
friend trying to get me to do buttons, and so I was looking for kind of a like a caricature or kind of a cartoon or a comic type, and so his drawing, but it's really neat. It's he even inspired me that. What do you think? I might go light. I might do highlights in my hair for the summer. I
I
haven't.
think highlights would work.
Yeah, you think I should? Because
Yeah.
It
when
would
he
look
was in the
good.
process of doing the drawing, he showed it part way through, and it wasn't all done yet. So the hair wasn't completely dark. But my ex-husband hated it. He was the only one that didn't like my highlights. So I think I should do it just to spite
I
him.
was going to say that would probably be a reason to do it just
Karma.
for that alone.
Yeah, well, tells you how much he knows, right?
Exactly.
Yep. So guess what? Oh well, he made the
Hmm.
wrong move, and it's a new day. So we don't have to talk about it. But like I said, he was the only one. Everybody else was like, "Oh, we love your hair when you got highlights." But then I was thinking chopping it off because Frank did my picture with the shorter hair like it was in Glow. So I don't know
Right.
about that cutting too much off and going that much shorter, but we'll see. I got to talk to Roxy. So Roxy Astor is a hairdresser. So I'm going to see if she
Ooh.
can work her magic on my hair. We'll see.
I wouldn't know anything about hair.
Well, you're kidding. I wouldn't. How would I know?
Yeah,
No,
every
really?
time he comes on, he asks how his hair is. So
Well, guess what?
there it is.
He saves a lot more money on shampoo than I do. That's a good thing. So,
So, Big Money, do you want to start with the first question?
Oh, should I? Will I? Of course, I'd be honored. Well,
I
she should be
figured you would.
honored that she gets a question from Big Money. Just saying.
yes.
I'm kidding. Um, top five Glow legends.
In my opinion, the top five.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'd have to go with our Hall of Famer. I'd go with Lisa Moretti was our Tina Ferrari. She was Ivory in WWF Hall of Famer, and I believe it was as recent, I think 2018 or 2019. So she would be my number one. I would say Nanichka, who is one that I trained. So I was her trainer. I was trained by Mondo Guerrero, and then I was one of the trainers for the original show from the beginning of season one, and I trained her when we recruited her, and she was one of my favorite all-time wrestlers. As far as number three, I would have to go with Corporal Kelly was one of my faves. Her and I were tag team partners, and there was two Corporal Kellys, and so she was the original Corporal Kelly, and so
Hmm.
her and I were tag team. She was the one that wore the fatigues, and she was tag team with Attaché. So I would say she would be my number three, and I got two more. So let's see if I had to go with a face or someone that I didn't wrestle with during my time. Um, I really like Daisy. Daisy, she was the real tall with the long hair. Um, and she's one of my buddies, and she's one of the first girls from the season 3, 4 seasons that friended me as an outsider. Even though I was an original Glow Girl from season 1, she became my first friend of the later season girls. So I would say Daisy. And let's see, I guess I got it. Well, Tina Ferrari was a face. I would say, gosh, there's so many. One more. Um, one that I like that she's kind of small and mighty, and I always call her. Everybody says, "Oh, but she's so little." Is Lightning
Oh,
she's
I've heard of
only like 95 pounds. She's a flyer, but we call her Guns. She always does her biceps, and um, she was one that like for me, I could throw her no problem, pick her up and dump her out of the ring. But if you bumped into her, she was just a solid piece of 95 pounds. Like, you think 95 pounds, that would be nothing. but she was good because she was a flyer, so she was all over the place. So I would
Hmm.
say give me a face and maybe one of the smaller girls, Lightning.
Wow.
So yeah, so that's my five.
Very
Good
nice.
top.
Yeah,
Good lineup.
yeah. Okay, what else? What else?
Tony, do you have a question?
Um, well, Tony's not supposed to be in an interview yet. Remember, I'm not at home. So Nathan, take it away.
Okay, he can
Well, you could be the mystery man. And
be the
Well,
mystery.
he
He's
is
hiding.
in a mystery
Hiding.
box up
No,
there.
I.
Yeah, I'm in the penalty box. So
He's in
there
the.
we go.
We'll let him slide with that. No problem. No problem.
He's grounded for right now
No.
for asking
That's okay.
questions.
Big Money will take over since we haven't had a conversation that he might have some more questions.
Well,
so
I mean,
my question is, on YouTube the other day, I saw you body slam Bob Eubanks.
Cool.
No, that was Ray Combs.
Or
Ray Combs?
Combs, yeah.
Was
Yeah.
it him? What were you watching?
I
Were you watching Family Feud?
uh no, I think it was like 21 or something. It had like a lot of cards.
Okay, then you might be thinking of Fiji.
Oh,
So Fiji,
sorry.
little a little bit different in size. She's about 2 feet taller than me and about 100 to 200 pounds heavier. Back in Glow, I only weighed 125, 30 pounds. Fiji, I think, was 350. I
Got
might
ya.
look like Fiji now because I'm so big. But
No, you're
back,
not.
back in Glow, I was only about five, little over 5 feet, and I'm 5'6" now, and so I am a lot taller. Um, but that might have been Fiji, and that would have been, I think that might have been, I'm trying to think of the guy's name. Wasn't Body, but I know which one you're thinking about, and that was a body slam. I did Family Feud, and I was on it with Richard Dawson back in the day. So like in the like late '70s, early '80s, and then in
Right.
early '90s, I did it again when it was Ray Combs, and Ray Combs was the little short white guy.
Yep.
mm,
He's the one. Unfortunately, he committed suicide. So I
Yeah.
was on the show with him, and when I had him, I just got him in a bear hug, picked him up off the ground, and he was just a little thing. I mean, he was like a bear. So that was really kind of fun. That was, kind of having a little bit of fun where they talked about, oh, yeah, we have one of the best people. So that was lots of fun. So we were on that three different.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm still trying to see if we can get maybe a original Glow Girls on Family Feud against the Netflix Glow Girls. That would be kind of fun, right?
Ooh.
That would
Yeah.
be fun.
I thought either that or what about the original
Wow.
Glow Girls with since we're David's first girls from Glow, and how about some of his Wow Girls, Glow
Yep.
Girls?
There you
Wow,
go.
even that one would be good. So I've been trying to. We got a few projects in the works and things that we're, you know, so as soon as we have some, info we can talk about, we'll let you guys know.
Sounds good.
Speak. Speaking about WoW, your
Yes.
top five
Oh,
WoW girls.
that's an easy one. All
Oh,
my
sorry.
girls, easy. Tonga twins, Conan Chaos. Um, then it would be Liam Makoa. That's three. Then I would go with Tiki. That's four. Then I would have to say the fifth would be a toss up between Steffi Slay and Peter Rush.
Wow.
So yeah, so the Wow Girls, and that's coming up. They were supposed to have started filming in June, and it got pushed back to August. So no date so far, but telling everybody just checking the Wow website to see when the dates are, because we always go. So I usually try and get a
They
group
have
of us.
some good
Oh,
shows.
yeah, I actually I was on TV a couple times. Everybody was like, "Hey, we saw you filming the Tonga twins," and I'm like, "Oh my gosh!" I was in like the front row, and so every I kept getting all these texts. Hey, I saw you on Wow. I saw you on Wow. And it was funny because just at the end of February, I was in Vegas with Juan Hernandez, my assistant, and we went to Impact. I was on Impact too. So everybody's like, "Hey, I saw you at Impact," and I said, "Yeah, it was the pay-per-view, and then 2 days of their Access TV film." So I was there for doing a convention. My friend Scott Hosey, who has a wrestling sports memorabilia shop in Vegas, he put on a convention that was in the. So lots of fun, Impact Wrestling. So I'm always, good to go to see some show coming up. We got UWW coming here in LA on the 25th. So that'll be at the Globe Theater in downtown LA. So I try and get as much wrestling in that I can.
Very nice.
Yeah. Okay, Nathan, you got a question?
Actually, we have a couple from the comments.
Oh,
So it's
who we
and
got on?
I apologize if I butcher your name.
Oh, it's okay. Who is it?
Jahida 2007 says I'm in close contact with the Royal Hawaiian.
And who is it?
It's JIETA or TIN. So Jahiden
Who is
2007.
2007? Ask them for their name because you guys know what. The other thing is depending on if it's their screen name and not close to their first name. I'm bad. I have to look at them. Let me see.
That's okay. I don't really know who that is either. So
What's the question? And maybe I can figure it out.
okay, it says I'm in close contact with the Royal Hawaiian. I'm so happy that for once I can see her in an interview.
Oh, well then it's someone. So someone who hasn't seen me in an interview. So who could it be? Is it Shannon? Does it say Shannon? I butcher her name too. Let me tell you. Maybe it's her. So is it KRAETSCH?
Nope.
No.
Whoever that is,
Tell
if
me.
you could say your name, then that would be awesome.
Yeah, see who that is. But it's someone who hasn't seen an interview. So who is this mystery fan?
I know we're playing our own type of like game show, on the
Only
comments.
because I can't
Guess
I
the
don't
guess.
see who's on there. Like,
Yeah, I can see it, but I don't. Their names spelled so weird that I
wait
can't.
a minute. I know. I can go on. Oh no, I can't. I was gonna say,
It's on YouTube, right?
go on here. Oh, YouTube. I could do that. Let me see.
Yeah.
Let me see if it'll let me because my phone's acting really crazy right now. I don't know what is going on.
Well, while you're doing that, Frank wanted to let you know that Ray Combs also was the commentator for the Hart family match at Survivor Series 1993.
Oh, and who's saying that?
Frank.
Frank?
Frank.
Okay,
Yeah.
Frank. So, he's another wealth of knows all the. He's a big wrestling fan, so he would know all that. Well, that's kind of cool. I didn't realize he was a wrestling fan. Not Frank, but Ray Combs. But he did know.
Yeah.
He knew of some of the wrestlers and stuff like that. So it was kind of a fun thing to go on the show. And then he's like, "And we have the Royal Hawaiian Glow Champ here." And then he's like, "And so what can you do?" And I said, "Well, I wasn't impressed, So I was like, well, I don't want to just do too much to have to pick him up and everything. But I lifted him up and picked him up and just was a little careful. I didn't want to hurt him.
Right. And Ray Combs also was at WrestleMania 8.
Oh wow! So he was a little bit involved there then, and liked wrestling. I didn't know that. That's neat to know though. Well, I'm curious to see who that is that's on there though, but
I know they haven't said yet.
they haven't said who it is. Okay, so what else? Let's see.
Let's see.
Well, Big Money.
So
Do you know much about Glow? Or
I know a little bit of Glow. Actually, you introduced me. Well, actually, Tony Reyes
Yes.
That's the first time I met you. Was at the
PW
3PWA.
Oh, was it? So you were here recently then?
Yes, when you managed AJ Mana
Okay. So
and
that
Anaheim.
probably either
Hell of a match.
Park or Anaheim or
It
some.
was Anaheim.
Yeah,
Yeah,
somewhere.
and
Yeah.
you had the, I think it was the watermelon or the
I know.
pineapple. Pineapple.
The Royal Hawaiian. My
The
emoji
pineapple.
pineapple. See, look, these are my little goodies. I sell these at
Ooh,
my shows. They're pineapple gummies, and they're
Ooh.
nice.
straight gummies, guys. No THC, none of that. They're all like, but they're the bomb. It's the my big sis Kathy in Hawaii sends them to me fresh, and then I sell them at the shows and stuff. So I have one fan, Tony. He comes to my shows and he'll buy 4 or 5 packages.
Oh, little
Up.
skinny Tony.
Little
Skinny
Tony,
little
yeah,
Tony. Yep.
yeah. You probably have seen him because he's been out. He lives in Orange County somewhere.
He's
Or,
actually a
but
big money exchange fan.
yeah, he's somewhere on that side, but he makes it all over. I mean, he comes
Yeah,
to
he's
see
a
me.
great support.
Yeah, he comes and sees me in Azusa right now. Santino Brothers has been doing a
Yep.
show Thursday. Tony was going to come down to Long Beach and see me, but that show got canceled. He's been to Buena Park.
3PWAs.
Yeah,
Yep.
the 3PWA. But yeah, Tony, and Jennifer are my buddies. Those are
Yeah.
my really
They I
yes.
the only thing I have a complaint about my boy Tony is during the shows that I'm in, the cameras, his phone is literally inches away from my face, and I'm like, ooh, I just want to smack it out of your hand. I love you, Tony, but move your phone.
Okay, so now we know the next time you're at a show with 3PWA is we gotta keep the
Gotta
camera
keep the
away.
Oh, I tell Tony, I'm like, when you see big money and my crew, step aside and record. That's it.
You heard what happened, right?
Oh no, what happened?
You didn't hear what happened to him? Hi,
No.
John. Let's see. That is me. Oh, it's John. Kurt. Okay.
oh,
I'm sorry. That's John. Yes, John.
got you.
Okay, wait. What was the question? Or he said, "Oh, he." So he made it sound like he'd never seen me. John travels the world to come see me. He just has never
Wow.
seen me on an on-camera interview. He's one of my most loyal. He will drive hours come see me at a meet and greet.
Wow.
And guess what?
That makes sense.
But guess what? He lives 10 minutes from me. He lives 10 minutes from me, and he will drive 2 hours to come and see me at a show. Now
That's
that's
Very good.
loyalty right there.
thing.
That's yeah. I was just gonna say the same thing.
Yep.
Loyalty.
So thank you, John. John happens to be my number one client. So I invest money for him. Well, he's made a lot of money, and we're kind of on a little slowage right now. But um, yeah, I've made him a lot of money. So he calls me every Friday and says he loves me. So as a matter of fact, John, we need to get together because I have your computer. Anyway, so that's who that is. That's John King.
God.
Got you.
That's my Armenian friend. So, but what was I telling you about? Oh, you
Uh,
didn't hear about Tony then.
no.
I was scheduled to do a show in Hawaiian Gardens with the United Wrestling
Oh,
Council,
UWC
with the UWC with Manny Pinson and
and
Fabi.
Fabi. Yeah.
And you know, Fabi retired, right?
Yeah.
He
Great
retired.
match though.
And
Good.
as a matter of fact, that was the show that they were using Tony's ring. And guess what? Someone came and stole it.
I heard something
Oh,
about that.
so you watch
Wow.
whoever this dirtbag was,
Wow.
because it was someone. And I told Tony, I said it's got to be someone you know, because they pulled up a truck, hitched the trailer to the truck, and drove off with the
Yeah. He
entire
drove off.
truck,
Yeah.
all the ring
That
equipment.
was after the show, right?
No, it was before the show. So I had Manny Pinson on the line calling me at 7 o'clock in the morning, waking me up, saying, "Hey, I need your help. You got to call all your friends, find out who's got a ring. We need a ring. Tony's ring got stolen." So I'm over here.
Wow.
two phones going, trying to call all my guys that have rings or that
Vulture, maybe.
um, uh, Xavier.
Yep.
He's from what is it?
Vulture.
Vulture Fabrications. Then I called my old bodybuilding trainer, um, uh, Roberto, right here. He
Right.
had just sold one. So we were calling all over. I had just done a show in Marietta with VWC, which is Valley Wrestling Connection, and they're down in Marietta. And we got him just in time. He said, "Guess what? I just had a gig Saturday night." He says, "The equipment's still in the truck. If you need it, we can get it to that show." Right as I was calling to say, "Hey, I found a ring," they just found another one. So it was great to see everybody in action. You know what I mean? It was like so neat to see that the help was there to start, because we didn't want to cancel the show, so it was great
Wow. Yeah.
able to do that, and the show went on and everything. So, but yeah, total bummer, because that's their livelihood, and whoever did
Yeah.
it was
Especially
that
Tony.
close enough to the wrestling industry that, you know what, if that thing got sold out of state, so someone sees a ring that just all of a sudden pops up or something, I said, if we catch them, I said, they're going to be
Oh
sorry,
yeah.
because
Oh yeah.
they're good people. Tony's great, and
Tony's a hell of a guy,
yeah,
dude. He was
they are.
one of my very first
Or
trainers, actually, in the
yeah,
business.
that was kind of a bummer. But yeah, two more of my lovely friends. So it's a great industry after 37, 38 years to still be working with people, like half
Yeah.
my age almost, and they're doing great things. And so it's fun. It's been a lot of fun. I had a great weekend working with Lisa Marie, Victoria, and then Little Egypt from Glow. We did a signing weekend with the wrestling guys. So that was a lot of fun. A lot of great things came out. So that was a lot. I think this weekend I'm going to be up with Rikishi Nitro up in Oxford. So that's on Saturday. And then
That's going to be good.
yeah, and then the week after I'm with the Santino brothers, right here, the closest I've ever been to where I live. It's in Azusa, which is like 10 minutes from me. So, and they do a great show. So if you ever want
They
to see
do.
Thursday nights, it's a late show. It's an 8 p.m. start, and they stream it live on YouTube, so you can watch it. I was the
Are you
first time
are
I went.
you sure it's not lucha time?
No, nope.
Okay.
I'm
Okay,
sure.
because I know VWE does lucha time. They say 8 o'clock is when the show starts.
Nope. This is Santino Brothers. I've done it for the last 3 months. It's on a Thursday, so if you work on Fridays, you end up it's a late night because you don't get out of there. Show's not done till 10:30, and then by the time you wrap it up, get out, drive
Yeah.
home where you live. But no, it's Santino Brothers. But it's a great show, because the first time I did it, I'm over here filming and taping all of the matches, and then I stop and send them to all my buddies. And then all of a
Yep.
sudden, I hear the announcer saying, "And if you're not here locally in Southern Cal, you could stream live on YouTube." I'm like, "Oh my gosh." I'm over here knocking myself out. All
You're
these,
like,
and here it is. So I sent out a little message, and I just included everybody, and I said, "You guys, you could stream it live right now. Do it, because I wanted to enjoy the show. So
Yeah.
that's
yeah,
cool. But you could watch that one um, on YouTube. So it's a good show. They're great wrestlers.
Santino's, yeah.
Santino.
Santino has big names over there.
Great show. I mean, from everything from their lighting to their ring to the sound to the merch to all the different wrestlers. I mean, they got that thing down. Just the whole operation is just a
It's
fine little,
perfect. Yep.
and it's top notch. So I would, if you're here in Southern Cal and you want to see some good wrestling, it's an outstanding show. So I definitely recommend. Come on out, come see me. I'm there. Yeah, so it's Thursday next week, the 22nd, 8 p.m. at the BFW in Azusa. So yeah, I'll be there. Yeah.
Santino's has a lot of big names
Yes.
coming from that school.
Yeah.
Much respect.
Got some great women wrestlers too. So
Oh yeah. Oh
yeah,
yeah.
Sylvia, Joey's wife, does also the Lucha Girls. So they
Oh
they
really?
Yeah, so the girls are really, really good too. So I mean, one of the shows there was the not intergender like a tag team. It was a guy wrestling the girl, and
Yep.
she carried her weight and she actually won the match. And so it's
She could
I
put
see,
up a fight with them.
yeah, yeah. He was knocking her down. She was getting up and knocking him down, and so yeah. So it's really really cool to see the female wrestlers that are out today.
There's a ton of big female wrestling names out there right now.
My
Tons.
favorite is Bianca Belair, and so I got to meet her last year at Money in the Bank in Vegas. So I got to see her, and we got together, and then we were videotaping each other. We're dancing to the music, and I'm taping her. She's taping me, and I didn't know what she was doing, but she put me on her Twitter page. So all my friends are sending me messages and calling me and saying, "Hey, you're on Bianca Belair's Twitter page." I'm like, "What?" They're like, "Yeah, she posted you dancing," and I said, "I just posted her dancing on my page." So cool, really, really cool. So she's my favorite. But so my two favorites are her and my boyfriend is Drew McIntyre. Just don't tell his wife.
Oh my god.
No,
That's a first.
no, really?
Right, guys?
Yeah, actually, that is the first. Not a lot of people say Drew McIntyre, surprisingly.
Oh, my
You know
favorite
what I say? Alexa Bliss is my future
is that.
ex-wife.
Well, I saw her too. I saw her. I've been doing a lot of wrestling. Like people ask and they're like, "Oh well, you know, were you into wrestling before Glow?" And I'm like, "No." So here I am, hindsight. I actually feel cheated that I started with actually being a wrestling fan of others. I mean, before and during Glow, my buddy was a bodyguard for here at the sports arena, first the Olympic auditorium and then the sports arena, and that was back to the Giant, Hulk Hogan, Dean Bravo, Rowdy Rude, Jake Snake, all those guys. So I got to hang out and meet them. And then while I was doing the show, he would stand because there'd be a line. I'd be in the front row and there'd be a line of fans waiting for autographs. So that was kind of cool, but I just was barely getting introduced to all the big names back then. But that was my days of during Glow, was hanging out and getting to watch some of them. So now, I do a lot of stuff with Jake the Snake or Greg the Hammer Valentine, Godfather, Rikishi, D'Lo Brown, Sabu, just Chris Masters. But Tugboat, hi, hun. He's my buddy. So, yeah, he's a great guy. Yeah, so it's really, really kind of cool, that here it is 37 years later after Glow, and I get to still work with all these legends and superstars, WWE wrestlers. My current, besides Bianca Belair, my female wrestler is Nikita Lyons. So she's still injured. I talked to her just a couple days ago, but she was 18 when she started back when I knew her back then, and being able to watch where she's taking it. And now I tell her, remember the day when you were telling me you wanted pictures with me and she made me put the Glow jacket on and wanted pictures of the Glow from behind. And I said, okay, well, I'm waiting for my Nikita Lyons t-shirt and pictures with you. And so she's injured right now. It was great because I was at WrestleCon and she came to see me at WrestleCon. So that was very, very cool. So I do have pictures of that day, that week. Yeah. And came to
Yeah,
visit.
I was always wondering where Nikita has been. I
She got
know on
attacked,
NXT she had that
got
thing.
attacked, and she tore her ACL and her meniscus. And we
Ooh.
actually
Yep.
had the same surgery. I tore my meniscus, but not my ACL. So I had surgery on my left knee. Hers, I don't even know if it's her left. But yeah, so she's been out because of that. So we're hoping to get her back soon. Everybody's waiting. They're dying for her to come back. So we can't wait. Yeah.
So, did you give her the backstory of today, Nathan? Did you talk to her before you came online?
A little bit, but not your
Okay.
backstory.
Well, no. I mean, did you tell her about your backstory, why she's on today?
No.
Well,
Okay, so
because,
so you remember the first time we had you on, it was a week before your birthday, correct?
Correct.
Well, now it's your turn for
Because
Nathan.
because
Nathan's birthday is tomorrow.
it's tomorrow.
yep, that I did
So,
tell her.
yeah,
Yes.
that I knew from yesterday. Was it yesterday that we talked about?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
told, so I gave him. I wished him a happy early birthday. So ha'oli na hanau for you. Happy birthday in Hawaiian. I'll have
Thank
to,
you.
So
I'll have to send you a birthday, um, a Hawaiian birthday gift. So I'll have to get
The pineapple gummies.
yeah.
I
What?
would
so
love that. Thank you.
Yeah, so that's kind of cool. And usually I did do some birthday wishes last night, this morning, and unfortunately, I always run on Hawaiian time. So like I'll tell. Sorry, guys, I'm telling you, ha'olila hanau, John or whoever it is, and then I say I'm sorry, but happy belated birthday. I said I'm right on Hawaiian time, but a couple, I'll look at my watch and I get it by like say 9:30 p.m. Pacific time, and it's coming close and it's approaching midnight, but I'm still not in the belated yet. So I just
right.
fortunate. And I haven't been feeling the greatest. So some days when you don't see as much content from me on Instagram and Facebook, it's probably 'cause I'm feeling up to it. Because everybody says as soon as they see um my stories stretch out, right, where there's just like
Yeah,
one and then two and then it gets to three and then that's it. They're like, where's your stories? Because I'm always promoting somebody's show, right? All my friends, when
yeah,
they post, I'm out there, whether it's Otto Von Clutch or Chris Masters or Tata Charlie or um, Amber Nova or the girls from WoW, the girls from UWW, whoever it is, I'm going to promote whoever, is on a card, and whether I'm going or not going, I'll put it out there. So like right now, Otto Von Kletch, who I started managing a few years back, he's got a new hat and a new shirt out. So I'll be sporting that hopefully week after next because they're coming in town for UWW from Vegas, and his wife is a referee. So Amber. So they're coming in. I'll be sporting a new Otto Von Clutch hat with the new T. So we'll see that, and whatever someone's got going on, whoever it is, Carlito and Cha Cha Charlie and La Rosa Negra are my Puerto Rican family cousins. We're Puerto Rican cousins, and not Chacha Charlie, but Carlito, his stick was the apple, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we did a show together, either last year or the year before, or whatever. And I said, Carlito, you weren't born when I was crushing pineapples. That's how old I am, right? So him and I took a really cool picture. He's got the apple and I've got my pineapple, and we took pictures together. And it was kind of cool because it's like he does the spitting of the apple, and I came up with the gimmick of crushing pineapples, and I would spit that at the fans, and there actually was another guy. I don't know if you guys remember seeing, probably in the last maybe 2 or 3 years, a guy named Pineapple Pete,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
yep, yep.
guy, and he actually tried a gimmick and it didn't work. It fizzled. I even contacted him and said, "Hey, you need some help, or you want to collab, do a an event together and whatever." And it didn't go anywhere. And just right after that, he disappeared. But here I am. As a matter of fact, I have pineapples everywhere. So I mean, look at this. Can you see
Oh,
that?
that's
I just put,
really cool.
well, for my birthday, I had my 60th birthday, April 25th. My present, all my birthday gifts, I have beautiful wind chime, a big pineapple, and it's got bamboo things. Well, this came from my Kinnish family, Bobby and Erica. And the husband shops for and finds all these neat things. So see this? Can you see it?
Uh-huh.
You know
That
what
is
it is?
very cool.
Very nice.
You know what it is?
I would say probably, I'm probably going to be wrong, but I'm thinking
Candle?
That's what I was
They
gonna
gave me
say.
that. Gave me that already. They gave me that for my birthday. He found this amazing candle. So it looks like this, and then on the top it has like a flat part where you put the candle, but it is a pineapple. This is a hummingbird feeder. It's a bird feeder.
Wow.
So I'm
Oh, very cool.
taking from my,
That's cool.
is that really cool or what, right? So they give me, this is my little Kinnish family. So look at these.
Oh,
Are these cute? Look, I got big ones. These are them. They so all these guys sit on my couch right here, and I have a boy one, and I have a girl one with the flower. You know, and I've got all these neat things that I have the best fans. They load me up with all kind of pineapple goodies, just different things from all over the world, and I get all these wonderful things, and I get recipe people send me recipes of all kind of pineapple stuff, and so I just, I'm lucky, very very lucky. I've got great fans.
Very nice.
very
Yeah.
nice.
Speaking of Auto and Tombstone, we're getting their new merch here shortly too. Tombstone was a guest here last week, so
Oh, good. Okay, so you've seen it. It's a really cool shirt. I really like it.
yes.
Very cool.
Yes. In fact, I just before we came on, like about 10 minutes before I came into the room, I just talked to Otto.
Oh yeah, yeah,
So we're gonna get him booked also to.
yeah. Well, him and I we were doing quite a few interviews together, and then actually just shows, and um, we did a we did a photo shoot at the beach one time, and it was freezing cold, and it was the windiest day it could possibly be. But we did one show up in Barstow here on the way to Vegas. You go up to 15, and it's before you hit state line. And this show we did, and I come with my pineapple, and someone is always my victim. So it's either his opponent, a manager if they have a manager, the referee, and someone gets it. So I get in the ring sometimes, but I don't do bumps and all that because of my back. Well, now it's back and neck. But I'll sometimes get on, I'll jump on the opponent, straddle it like a horse, squeeze it with my legs in a headlock, and I get the pineapple and I'll shove it in their face. So I'm up
Yep.
there time, and we were like at the middle of the card, and then all of a sudden the girl that was defending her title was allergic to pineapple.
Oh,
And guess what? There was pineapple everywhere. In the ring, on the apron, on the floor, on the little like ramp we walk in. It was everywhere. So
Oh no.
they had to take
Poor
a
thing.
like an unscheduled intermission to clean up my whole mess. So now, whenever I do a show where I'm actually going to get in the ring, because I always have a pineapple,
Yep.
and so either take a pineapple home, and or I do the whole bust
Yeah.
the pineapple. Even to today. I mean, the shows I do today, somebody is my victim, and so we,
I remember AJ Mana's
yeah,
match in 3PWA.
yeah. So that's what we did at that show. So if you were there, that's what I do, right? So
Yep.
before we do a show now, AJ and I will go in the back and we'll ask everybody, anybody allergic to pineapple? Because if they are, then we need to move AJ's match to behind whoever it is, so that the mess is made after they've had their match. So
right.
so at least we figured that to where that's what we need to do if they're going to have me get in the ring. If it's outside, then it's not so bad because then I can kind of contain at least keeping it out of the ring. But sometimes it was in the ring, all over, not just like a little bit, just everywhere. And of
The
all
whole
days,
freaking pineapple.
yeah, it was crazy, crushing pineapples. So
Hmm.
that's my thing though. Like in my rap, one is crushing pineapples, and then everybody asked what's the signature move, and it would be getting to the top rope, and then of course laying them out first, getting up to the top rope, and just dive. And so if you see our show at the beginning, where it's starting to play our theme music and all that, the first thing you see is me jumping, and it just looks like I'm diving off of a diving board into the water, and I just
Yep.
dive out and I flat, and it's the Hawaiian crush. So that's really what I do. So I incorporated so that's basically what I'm known for, or what people always remember. Anything to do with the pineapple.
Yep.
Yeah.
Kind of like
And
me and money. I just throw it
Yeah.
at their
You
face.
know, big money.
That's right.
Yeah.
I don't know, Nathan. I think I'd like
So
to see
you
Big
should
Money
be
take some pineapple.
out throwing dollar bills. Come on, you got to come up with something good with that.
Right? Yep.
And you'll be happy to know that my other two co-hosts are gonna rep the Tombstone Jesus hats. I'm the only one that's getting the Autobahn clutch hat.
The hats look good. I mean, it's the truckers.
That hat does look good. I like that
Yeah,
hat.
it looks like that trucker kind with the the not Velcro, but the little pins or whatever you want to call them when you pull them.
Yeah.
It's that old style trucker. It's really cool. And then I told him, I said, hey, I need a hat. And then the very next week they came out with the shirts, and I'm like, oh my god, cool shirt. So he's got a couple of mine. So he'll go on vacation and he'll take pictures, and he's got a Royal Hawaiian T-shirt on, so he'll send me. So I said, hey, I need to support an Autobahn clutch for the summer. I said I could do that and start advertising. So I did. I already post, but that's the kind of stuff. Someone comes out with stuff like that, I post it and try and get them, the business,
Yep.
and spread it around, get the word out. Yeah, so I've been trying to see if I can get to Salt Lake with them. I just haven't with since COVID. Pre-COVID, we were all over the place. But
Right.
since then, the girls and I, we with COVID, stopping everything. Since then, I haven't been anywhere except for Arizona, Vegas, and then up this way into you guys out this. But I haven't gone east. I mean, I was supposed to have Florida, uh, Maine, um, what is it? Kansas City, Missouri, Newark, and Rhode Island, and I had to cancel them all because I just got diagnosed with cervical disc problems now. So
Ouch.
Ooh.
just my back with the disc and my severe sciatica. So now, because it was something was going on with my arms and my hands, but in Glow I dislocated this shoulder, so we thought it might have been that, but then it was affecting both sides. So then they did more. So I have a disc problem in my cervical area in the neck down. And so they wanted to do surgery. And I said, sorry, I ain't doing it. I just turned 60 years old. I'm not going to have surgery. I said, they wanted to do that back in the 90s when they wanted to do my back. And I said, no. I said, I'll do all the alternative. And I've never been a pill popper. I don't do narcotics. And so I went to see the second in the neurosurgeon day before, Monday. Yesterday. Oh, yesterday was Monday? Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. Yesterday was Monday.
Yeah, so yesterday I saw him, and so I haven't been working out, haven't been in the pool. So my main source of my workout now in the pool, I don't swim, but whatever you can do in the gym on the gym floor, I do in the water with the water weight, and it reduces my pain so much. It's incredible. I do a water workout, and I'll do a live so that people, because they were asking me, can you show us what you do in the pool? And I said, yep, I can show you. You can do it in a pool at home. You can go to the gym and wherever you need to do it. But so I will be getting back in the pool next week. So yeah, so I'm excited about that and being able, because since January I put back on. I lost 100 pounds, and then I put back on about 15 just with not being in the pool and not working out. But I've been an athlete my whole life and never had to diet. And then I injured my back and put on all this weight, could barely walk, and now I'm on CBD, and actually my CBD, where is it? Um, I've been on CBD before, but I just got turned
It
on to,
works.
hooked up with this company that does the gummies is what I use. And they're not the THC. It's not no THC.
Right.
To the drops that you just put a drop in water, and then also they have it's called. I'm gonna mess it up, but here's this card. Anthony Garcia. It's CBD America Shaman. I don't know if you guys can see that, but This is the company, and this guy hooked me up, and I love it, love it, love it, love it. So if someone's looking for something non-narcotic, no pill kind of stuff, he's got that, and like the alcohol swabs that you clean yourself
Yeah.
before you do a shot. It's almost like that, but it's CBD. So if you have like a leg or a knee problem or something like that, you just take one of those out, rip it open, wipe it on your knee, and wham. It's a lifesaver. And so for me, I'm all into the holistic or whatever you can think of, but this is them. So it's called topical cream, and it comes in a little package like that.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
Open, it's like a little wipey, and you just wherever your pain is, shoulder or whatever. So if anybody's interested in a good product, because I've tried lots. I used to have a really good guy. He was a friend of my high school classmates, and then he up and left and went to the UK, never came back, and I guess he's been doing business there. And so I've been trying CBD, but had not been able to find anything that was working well. It's like anything else. You buy cheap weed, you're getting cheap weed.
Yeah.
If you buy good weed, then you're. And I'm not a druggy person, or
Right.
we have the best weed in Hawaii, but or real good weed. But for me,
Not that I would know.
it's kind of the same. What did you say?
He said
I
not
said
that he
not
would
that I
know.
would know, but
Well, anyway, I know about it, but so the CBD works the same way, right? You get cheap CBD, it might not work. You get good, if the hemp is good that the company uses in their products, you're gonna see it. And so for me, I tell people, because I really not a drug pusher, pill popper, whatever. So this stuff
Right.
at the shows, this guy is there. He has a water container, one of those with the spout, and he's dropping this for the wrestlers after their matches. They come by, he just gives them a drop, puts it in the water, and they chug it, and they're feeling good. So that's Anthony Garcia. So if you guys are interested, he's on Instagram, CBD America Shaman, and La Mirada is where they're located in La Mirada, California. So I'm going to start working on carrying some of the stuff with me, because when I do my shows, people are always asking, because they know I have a really bad back, because sometimes they'll see me and I have a cane. Sometimes I'm doing good and I don't have the cane. So now that I have the neck problem now, I had to give up roller coaster.
Oh,
I do
bummer.
have to admit, I respect you so much for continuing living your dream as a wrestler manager. You are amazing.
Thank you. Well, what's crazy is when I got hurt in Glow and abruptly left, I came to LA from Vegas to get checked by the doctors, and they said, it's not good. And they said, if you plan on having a family, you better stop this, hang it up. And so I did. I didn't even return to Vegas. So I didn't take my gear. So everybody said, well, where's all your costumes? Where's your cape? Where's all? And
Yeah.
see, I played two characters. So I don't know if you guys know that, but I played Royal Hawaiian, and then I played one of the hooded characters, which were Sarah and Mabel, the hillbillies.
Mm.
So I played that second character with uh, Ashley Cartier, who was Mabel, and that was our tag team. And when I left all of those costumes, Hawaiian, everything. I didn't take anything, and I never went back. And here it is, hindsight. Everybody said, "Why didn't you go back? Why didn't you go back? And you could have sat next to David McLean and did commentary."
Yep.
Nowadays, but see, back then we didn't know what we were doing. Nobody handed us a manual and said, "Hey, this is how you do this." Vince hated us, right? So anything to do with Glow, he would tell all the guys, "Don't be talking to those Glow girls," and he just did not like them to associate with us at all. When they were in town, we'd go out like the Bushwhackers. I'm so sad with what happened to Butch, but um, I was hoping to see them at WrestleCon, and then he got sick and got carted away in an ambulance and such. But I remember one of my best days, most fun days was with those two guys in the casino, just having a ball. Me and a few of the girls, going through the casinos. They were a hoot, you know. So it was just lots of fun. But you know, now you could see every show. I don't care whether it's indie wrestling, Impact, AEW, NW, whatever. You got somebody with a mic interviewing them before or after, and they know all the backstories and everything. Other than that, no problem, right? We never
Yeah.
talk about that. Or a manager. In Glow, we had a good girl manager and we had a bad girl manager. So it was Jackie Stallone was the good girls, and then Aunt Kitty, who was the aunt at Timber, who was our director. But who's to say? I should have really said, "Hey, David, I want to come back and let me pick a couple girls and take them under my wing and let me make my own little team,"
Little
right?
faction, yeah.
Yeah, but we didn't know. I mean, when you look at
Right.
it now and you see what's going on, like you see, wow, you got
Yeah.
Sophia, the best attorney in the world. That she's got all her Latina girls, and then you
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
gosh, this is my senior moments. What's the pretty blonde?
Susie?
You're gonna
Not
Um,
Susie.
no, got all the girls. Oh my goodness, what is her name?
oh, they got all the belts right now.
Yes, the sweet heat. But what is? Oh my God, I've got
Oh,
pictures.
I can see your face.
I know. What is her name? Okay, let me see. Um, golly, this is what's terrible. See my senior moments. This is what I go through. So I have to go on the internet. Say, who is sweet heat in? Wow, blonde, pretty blonde, beautiful, right?
Yeah.
Well, shame on you for not
Carl
knowing this.
Wilkins is
Lana Star. Somebody
Lana
said it
Star.
in the
Thank you
comments.
very much.
Lana.
Okay, so Lana Star. So Lana Star's got her group, right, of the Sweet Heat and the other two blonde bombshell kind of girls, and then you got Sophia Lopez, best attorney in the world. And I really need to go back to WoW and be the queen. See my earrings, the queen of Island Girls, right?
Yep.
So
You
that's
should.
what we should have done back in Glow, but nobody thought about it. Not even me. I mean, what did I know? I was in my 20s. I was, just knee high to a grasshopper. I mean, we didn't know what we should have been doing or could have been doing. So now, hindsight, there's all kind of things we could have done had we thought about it. But so it is what it is. But I look at it and I think, you know, today I'm able to work with new people, wrestlers from my generation days, the old timers, right? I mean, we can get into like we just lost Iron Sheik, right? He was
Yep.
up there. He actually was my ex's golf partner. So
Ah,
he loved Hawaii. He loved Hawaii, and Hawaii loved him, and so they were actually golf partners. And so he was well liked in Hawaii, frequent there and stuff. But there's all the old time wrestlers that I'm lucky to be able to call my friends, and just like and now the in between, like Chris Masters is one of my favorites. I post him all the time because a lot of my fans are Chris Master fans. So when I do like him and I mean we almost became roommates, believe it or not, but um he is out and about a lot, and we were kind of thinking, okay, well, I could be a roommate and pick him up to and from the airport, and I'd be kind of stationary, and he didn't like to drive, but I post him all the time because the girls love him. Like he just posted something just before I got on with you guys, and I'm like, hey, Chris, look at that picture, and I don't know if it was a video or it was just a still picture, and I just did a show with him, um, Jake the Snake. We did. That was the same week, and so they were at the show, which is my stomping ground. But yes, so I get to see Chris a lot, and Carlito and Cha Cha Charlie, and all the guys that are and the local guys from indie wrestling, Brendan Gatson, and I'm so bad with names, so it's like I lose um, who was just that I worked with. But it's fun. It's a fun time, and industry is still I mean, it's $1 billion industry,
It
and
really is. Yeah.
it's there for the taking. I had a guy contact me from Florida, and he said, "Do you think you could come out and I'd like you to be my manager? Can you come out and manage me?" But he says the only thing is I'm in Florida. It was Miami. So I responded to him, "Hey, well, let's talk about it." I said, I don't have a problem getting other places. You know what I mean? So I told him, I said, "Let's see." And he goes, "Cool." He said, "Do you think it's a possibility?" I said, "Hey, never say never, and anything's possible." So I just said,
Yep.
let's visit it. And then I had another young kid. I think he's maybe 21. He loves all the Japanese female wrestlers. There's just a ton of them, right? All the little, they look all like my relatives. I said, I got my relatives are sort of Asian, either Japanese, Chinese, whatever. And he says, I just love them all. He says, I really love Asian girls. And then he messaged me last night and he says, you know what? He says, I really want to check into being a wrestler. He says, what do I do? He says, can I talk to you and can you give me some advice and this? And I said, hey, you know what? I got friends that have wrestling schools. I, and I had to, kind of, I told him we'll talk some more, let me know because I forget where he's from, area. And I said, we got Rikishi up here in the valley. We got
Yep.
Santino Brothers, but all the different, places in Vegas, right? FSW, all the guys up at
Yep.
compound up that were auto, so all the different things that you can do. And he said, well, what do you do? And I said, get started. I said, well, first you got to get trained. You're not going to be able to do nothing. No one's going to touch you if you're not trained. The safety is the big thing. You got to know what you're doing. No one's going to want to wrestle with you if you don't have. That's the biggest thing. So they're going to ask you where you were trained. Who trained you? For me, I was trained by a good trainer, Guerrero Dynasty, right? So I was trained by Mondo Guerrero. He trained the original 12 of us, the first 12 Glow Girls that did the pilot. He trained us, and then after that, after the pilot was sold, and then looking to pick up all the girls for season 1, then they asked me to be one of the trainers with the Americana. And so then that's what we did. So, you gotta know, and they're gonna ask you, well, where's your background from, or who did you train with? So the guy was like, thank you for just even answering, a few questions and stuff like that. I said, yeah. I said, we'll talk, and we can kind of, get you the information you need, or, where you could start. And I said, you can start doing stuff now without being in a wrestling school, just like the girls all the time. The Vanity Twins, I got to work with them for the first time.
Those girls are amazing.
They're good girls.
I just had a show out in Orange.
Yeah, yesterday.
Actually, Relentless Pro, and last month.
Oh, okay.
First time I met them, and I saw them against, I think it was Savannah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, those girls!
Well, I got to work with them. Basically, I was there to be their manager, and then they turned on me, and so I ended up being the manager for Jen, and it was actually a singles match, and they did the good old switching twins.
Yep.
Right? They switched, and one got it. So I was trying to get the ref. So I had the one by her hair, and I'm pulling her out of the ring, So I can get involved like that to a little degree, but they're good wrestlers, and so
they really are.
Talked, and they were asking me, like, what do you think? Like, what could I said? Here, I said, let's talk for a little bit. I said, I'll give you some ideas, and I sat there, and we were just chalking it up and talking about what could they do, and they're pretty girls, and I said, you know what? Lipstick, makeup, you can do some kind of gimmick. You're gonna find something like me. I can sell the gummies, sell everything you could think of that either is a pineapple or a flower, anything Hawaii related. Look at my phone case.
Yep.
Everything I have is, my bracelet. I sell these. Actually, these I sold out of. They got pineapple beads. So all different things. I told them, hey, nail polish and lipstick. To buy all these things. You gotta come up with a gimmick. You gotta come up with something you know, right? So what you teach the line, a few years ago, trying to give her motivation on, okay, what are you going to do? You got to come up with something. What is your gimmick going to be? How are you going to sell yourself? How are you going to promote yourself? just
And
giving.
that's the issue with wrestlers today, especially indies. They don't really sell their gimmick. You know what
Well,
I mean? Like they don't.
because otherwise, guess what? You're just like another run of the mill. You have
You're
nothing.
just a wrestler.
You're just a wrestler.
Yeah.
You know. So I mean, what do people want to see? People want to see something exciting. They want to see what is it, and what are you going to do that's going to draw me to want to see you every, or wherever you go. I want to be those people that are going to follow you around the circle. You know,
Yep.
that's what you need. You got. I mean, you could be a great wrestler. And there's nothing wrong with that. But if you don't have any pizzazz, no flair, no something unique, whatever. I said I go somewhere, and if I don't have a flower in my hair, people ask me, "Are you not feeling well?" And I'm like, "No, I'm okay. Why? What's up?" "You don't have a flower." And I'm like, "Oh shoot." So now when that started happening, I could go to a doctor's appointments and the nurses, they'll ask me the same thing. "Is everything okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, everything's." They're like, "Would you just don't look." I had a lady at my doctor's yesterday, a patient. She says, "Oh my God, I love your flowers." She says, "You just made my day." And I mean, I don't even open my mouth, right?
Yeah.
But guess what? I got flowers in my car. So if I forget it, there's one in my car right on the top that I stick it behind my ear. I hand them out at the mall. Girls will ask me, "Where do you get that?" We can get flowers, but most of them are daisies or, flowers. They're not tropical flowers from Hawaii. So when I
Mhm.
first moved back here, I had flowers. And when they would ask me, I'd say, "Here, you want it? You can, here you go."
Yep.
They're
Yep.
like, "Kidding me?" "Oh, you can, because you're not going to be able to find it." I mean,
Right.
you can go look. I mean, you can go on the internet. You can find them on the internet, but it's not as readily available here, and not like it is in Hawaii all over. But yeah, so I was handing them out. So then all of a sudden, I was like, "Oh my gosh!" After I was here for like about a month, my little vase with all these different colors. I'm like, "Oh my God, where'd all my flowers go?" And so I had to call my sister in Hawaii and tell her, "Hey, I need some more pick because there's different kind, and this has a pick versus like a clip that you clip on. This is a
Right.
pick one. It's like a toothpick, right? These are a
Yeah.
little more expensive." But I told her, "Hey, all my pick flowers are gone." I said, I'm kind of getting low on those. And as a matter of fact, I just have to show you. Since we're talking about flowers, look what I got. So this is what I sell.
Oh, very nice.
Very cool.
A basket full of flowers, orange ones, pink ones.
Very cool.
You know, I have
Yep.
I have flower clips that change in the sun. You put them on, and when the sun hits them, they change different colors. I have all kinds. Look, little ones that clips on them for the little girls. I have all
No,
kind of,
can you,
so it's all kind of Royal Hawaiian merch. That's why when people
Mama?
I do a show, they're like,
Yeah,
"We love
yeah.
to see all your merch."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I just tell them, you got to come up with something, right? So, something that the going to want to come see.
Yeah.
You know,
See what I'm doing. My gimmick is all about money. I'm getting custom money with my face on it,
you
and big
you
money
know the
exchange on the back.
tablets of paper they would sell, and they had dollar bills, and you like it's almost like a pad of paper. Rip it off. That's great. Get your picture on there instead of the president, and it's got your picture on it.
Yep.
Throwing those out as you're coming in. So, are you still wrestling or not anymore?
I'm actually managing Boom Shasta, Jimmy
Oh,
Mayhem,
oh, I just
uh,
Jimmy is
Rex.
that guy. Actually, I just gave him a ride home the other day at the last show we did.
Oh, Jimmy.
Yeah, yeah, that was
Yeah, that guy. He takes the bus everywhere, and that's why I love the guy. Like
Well, he
he.
does, and he said, because we were leaving and we were going out to eat, and it was me and Santana Jackson,
Yep.
him, and then my assistant Juan and a couple other guys, and we're like, "Okay, well, where should we go eat?" And so I took them to one of my spots, and then they were like, "Okay, well, if you could just drop me at the bus depot," he was going to have him, and I said, "Well, where do you live, or where are you going?" I said, "You're going to take the bus right now?" And he goes, "Yeah, I do it all the time." And I said, "Oh, I mean, he's dedicated, right?
He really is.
Sometimes when there's other guys that are at the same the same gig. He says, I hitch a ride. He said, but nobody was coming out this way. So I told him, you know what? I take my assistant home in Carson. If you don't mind the drive, it's just not far. I mean, where we were, it was like maybe a 15-minute drive to drop him first. And then he lives up in the valley, like north of
Way,
X.
yeah.
And I said, you know what? To me, I drive all over California. So, I mean, an extra half an hour, no big deal. He goes,
Right.
really? You take me home?
Yeah.
I said, yeah. I just said,
Yeah,
he
I'm that
yeah,
that man is just so dedicated in the business. Like,
yeah, really cool guy. Really nice.
really,
I'm saying, I mean, I work with a lot of really, really nice people, and so, and a lot of people ask me, well, why do you still do this? I said,
why not?
why not? I said, I'm retired after 25 years of working for United Airlines, who made me sick, and I was forced to not work anymore because I was exposed to toxic chemicals at my job. Two of my coworkers, mother got sick. There were 54 of us that were part of this lawsuit against them, and big old mess. It'll come out in my autobiography, but you know, it's like, what am I going to do? I'm single, not married. My husband cheated on me. Up the next day, here I am 5 years later, and I'm still single. I'm very, but I'm just not, you know, I'm okay. But I mean, it would be nice to be in a relationship. I'm no lie, but um, and I say, you know what, I could be at home. So instead of talking to you guys right now, what would I be doing? Sitting on my couch or laying in bed, watching a show or whatever by myself. So if I can occupy my weekend by going to indie wrestling and other kinds of wrestling events, like the one I did on Saturday at the Wrestling Guy store, why not? I said, when you guys stop asking me to do interviews or people stop asking me to come to their shows and stop doing meet and greets or projects that are in the works or whatever, then that's when I'll stop. Until then, why? Why would I?
Yeah, why stop? You're
I
on a roll, girl. You keep going.
Yep.
Exactly.
You know, so I mean, and some people go, oh yeah, but I said, you know what? And some people had some not so great words for me. And I said, well, you know what do you care what I do?
Yeah.
As long as I'm not hurting nobody, and the people want me to come out. Guess what? Why do I do it? You think I'm getting rich selling some 8x10s and t-shirts and Royal Hawaiian paraphernalia? No, but guess what? It gets me from paycheck to paycheck, and I'm doing something rather than not doing something. I'm in pain 24/7, chronic pain. But guess what? Everybody says, oh, but you don't look like it. I said, well, you know what? Do you really want me coming out and letting you see how much pain I'm in? Or do you want me to come out and be able to give the fans what they came for? And that's
Right.
why I do it for the fans. I sell some merch and I make, sometimes I'm slamming busy and it's great. And other times, sometimes I might sell a shirt or two and an 8x10 and that's it. But guess what? I'm out. I'm getting to do something I love, and I meet a lot of great people like you guys, the fans and the wrestlers, and it's great. I mean, one of the girls I really admire is Nadia Sapphire. She's one of the girls
That
from
girl's
the UK.
blowing up.
Girl is a workhorse. That girl
Wow.
work and be at every single show she can get booked and training and this and that. And then she got bullied, online bullied, and
I
they were
do
called
remember that.
fat. And there was an article by the Sun newspaper in the UK that wrote this article about her talking about herself and this, that, and the other. And she is not a fat girl. She is a
No,
curvy
she isn't.
girl,
She's a
but
beautiful lady. Yep.
went on a program. She lost some weight and she looks fabulous. But she's out, she's training and she's trying to get better. And she comes here. She was here for, I don't know how much, maybe a month and a half. And she just booked herself at every gig she could book. That was,
Compton,
oh,
3PWA.
every
She did it
all over
all.
the place. So, it's wrestlers like that, I end up meeting them and can help with whatever. They
Yep.
ask for assistance or they say, can you give me some tips or tell me about what you went through, and all it is giving them the experience of where my background started. And things are different today, but guess what? The stuff I was doing 37 years ago, I could do it today if I was and I was in shape to do it. Guess what? No different. So what am I doing? I'm just giving them tips. I'm offering some suggestions, trying to give them, what it is you need to look for, because they don't know. That's what you gotta do, is you gotta find something to hone in on. You gotta find a gimmick, find something that you are knowledgeable, because then it becomes second nature. For me, I got lucky. I went to the Glow audition, and out of 1,000 girls, they picked 2 of us, and I was one of them. And they said, we would like you to be in the running for the Royal Hawaiian. Lived in Hawaii for 25 years. I'm a hula dancer. I grew up on Waikiki Beach, and that's where I learned to surf, how to paddle a canoe, how to sail a boat, how to mess with the local boys, all of that fun stuff, right? And I said, this was like playing myself. Everything that I did was very natural. It was second nature.
Exactly.
And I had a great time. And everybody says, even knowing all the pain you're in today, would you do it again? And I said, in a heartbeat, I would.
And if you ever needed a manager,
yeah, you're available, right? Big money.
only if you're a heel. I don't do faces.
Well, this is the thing that you might want to know and you'd appreciate then is when I was the Royal Hawaiian, or am the Royal Hawaiian, but back in the day, I was the first heel to hold the Glow crown. So I broke Tammy Jones's lollipop and I stole her crown. So I have a shirt that has our picture, and I sell big giant lollipops like the one she had, and I even have little tiny ones. And so when they buy the t-shirt, they get a lollipop, right? So
that's perfect.
What was your point, April? I do this all the time. So the gimmick with me and the Royal Hawaiian, and I was the first heel champion. I held the crown the longest until Daisy, who was the last Glow champ. But for me, everything was so natural. I got to do what I love to do. I was a hula dancer and a wrestler, and the point I was trying to make was, see, here I go. I get off on a tangent. I forgot what I was going to tell you. The Glow champion. Oh, because when I started out, I won the Glow crown. The fan base, my cousin was a football player for UNLV. So him, and I don't know if you see the show, but sometimes you'll see a crowd of guys in the front. My cousin is a short, he's actually Indonesian, but he's an island boy, and he has a lava on, and he's got a lei, and he actually one day he puts the lei on me, and he's there with a bunch of the football players for UNLV. And so where were you going again? So with that, I had a big fan base, right? So then David and Matt said, hey, you know what? You got a lot of fans. This is not exactly how we were thinking this was going to play out. So we're thinking of changing you to a face. I said, are you crazy? I said, I'm the bad girl of the bad girls. I'm the one that everybody knows. I do whatever I need to win. I cheat. I tie their shoelaces together. I hold the rope, whatever. Right? I said, how are you going to change a face? Right? How am I going to spit pineapple at a fan being a face? So they told me, well, we want to change you. And I said, sorry, not doing it. Ain't happening. Sorry. So they were okay. They said, okay, she's definitely not doing it. So then what did they do? They worked on my buddy Nanuchka. So Nanuchka is this cigar toting, platinum blonde. I mean, this girl is a rock, right? And she was a fabulous wrestler. What did they do? They got to her and they said, oh, well, we're going to change you to a face. Here she is in this burgundy magenta Russian outfit. And they put her in a baby pink dress. Are you kidding me?
No.
They turned her into a face. She was a Glow champ. So I even have pictures. A couple of my artists have done like cartoon caricatures of the, I think there's 7 or 8 of us. I can't remember, but It's me, Americana, Tina Ferrari, Daisy, Nanuchka, Cheyenne Cher. I'm not sure. I think I want to say 7 or 8 of us throughout the whole show, and they made her in a pink, like tutu. I don't know, the like Southern Belle kind of dress. It
Oh,
was this strong Russian girl. She actually even met a fan who wanted to date her, and they met. And Lori, her name's Lori Palmer. She's my friend in Vegas. She lives in Vegas. They met, and when they talked, he found out that she didn't really have a Russian accent. He was so upset. He was like, "What do you mean? Where's the Nutra? What the heck?" And he was so upset that she didn't really have a Russian accent. That's how good she was. And if you know her character, just everything, her facial expressions, and when she's talking to Vladimir, and all the things that she does, and they changed her to a face and her in a tutu dress or whatever. So they were able to convert one of the heels to a face, but it wasn't. It was bad.
See, I'll never forget managing Tony Ray's and Biggie Biggs, the heavy hitters.
Yeah.
Face. First time being a face manager.
Uh-huh.
I was all like, I don't like this very much.
And
I'm like, I want somebody hate me. Like, come on. Like, I
but see,
want
that's
that.
kind of weird with me is that's the way it should have been, right? I mean, I was the one who was beating everybody up and you know throwing everybody around, cheating, pulling hair, doing everything, and they loved it. Who would have thought? So that's why they were like, "Oh well, you know what? You got a great fan base. That's okay. They'll still be my
Yeah.
fans because I'm not changing. I'm not changing to a face. No way, Jose. That's it.
Yeah, some
You know."
some promotion wanted me to. They're all like, I know you're a heel with this group. Could you do a face for my promotion? I'm like,
Yeah.
no. No. People
Well,
know me as the bad
done
guy
that.
or the
I've done
asshole.
that, but it's just better with the whole gimmick that I
Yep.
stay a heel manager. So, but
Yep.
I'm okay with it now for today and what I'm doing. Like the guy in Florida, I have to research him. I've got to now go and take a look at some of his films and see what he's about because I don't really know anything about him. But
Yeah.
he came to me and he sought me out and he sent me a message and said, would you ever consider being my manager? I said, no. I said, talk about it. He goes, the thing is I'm all the way in Florida. I said, I don't care where you are. I said, that's just geography. And so I
Yeah.
said, but I don't know. So I'm even up for that. I mean, I could manage, doing, I could see doing that. It wouldn't be my preference, but I'd be game, just to kind of throw a twist in there and like the one we did with the Mets. They were supposed to be there and I was gonna manage them and they showed up late, just good fighting. And I said, hey, you know what? I said, you guys are by yourself. You know what? I'm gonna show you a thing. I'm gonna be the manager of your opponent. How's that? I said,
Yep.
you want to challenge me? I'll show you. So this is how it panned out. And I ended up being the manager of their opponent and she won. So it is what it is. I took my shoes off and everything and was running around the ring chasing the one that was trying to sneak in the ring and had her by the hair and she's trying to get in the ring and I'm pulling her by her hair and trying to wave the hey, they're doing a twin switch. And so yeah, so it's fun. So I'm up for whatever, and the promoters they'll call me and say, hey, we got kind of a storyline we want to run by you. That's how we started. It was so funny because Tony and Jennifer Reyes, Tony calls and says, hey, I said, we got a thing. And then I think Jennifer, the one who actually came to me and said, we really would like to see if you could you work with us for like 3, 4 shows, and we got a storyline and an idea and that, and they're like, yeah, we would like you to make Samoan wrestler. I said, oh, who's that? She said, oh, AJ. I said, oh, my nephew. I said, sure, I could manage him. So you see one of the matches that I do where they start kind of bullying on me, and he's like, "You don't mess with my man." And he goes through
Yep.
this big old thing and everything. So it was funny because they were thinking me for him and didn't realize, oh, Islandy, we're related somewhere down the road. We're not related like bloodline.
Yeah.
In Hawaii, we call it calabash, which I'm closer to calabash cousin than I am of blood related. So, that's always a thing that happens. And so that's the thing which I have to take is, anti this and that, a sign of respect. But yeah, it's been a great time. I have no complaints other than my physical condition, but I do that would be my, I do, but still manage to get around. I will, like, I stop asking me to do the shows, do meet and greets, come on and do interviews. Uh, that's why when Nathan contacted me and he said, "You busy Tuesday, Wednesday?" You know what? At the moment, no. But I said, "What would I be doing?" Well, actually, my son just came in town. He's in town, Arizona, but here it is, the time it is. Still haven't seen him. I got it midday, but he came in work, work, but still haven't seen him yet. And he's only here, I think, overnight, or maybe I don't even think it's 2 days. But at some point, I'm hoping he calls and see his face. And I have a my grandson is going to be 3 months. So I'm all excited. He's he's a big boy. So his
Got you.
one, his mom too. Her mom is. She was a basketball college basketball player. My brother's 6'4". Her brothers are 7, 6, 8, 7, 2. And so my grandson is going to be a minimum of weight. But now Nana taught him how to. He actually
Nice.
throws with the right, but I didn't even know how to hit. So he lefty, but throws right-handed. He has mean arm, and you see his eye-hand coordination. They posted a video of him, and somebody contacted them and said, "Would you be interested in your son? We have a 3 to 6 year old t-ball league. Would you like to join our league?" He wasn't even two.
Wow.
It was
Wow.
night on his registration, and he was playing with 3 to 6. Yeah. So he's either going to be a basketball player or a baseball player or a two-sport guy. So we'll see.
I was thinking Pokemon.
Yeah.
Got you.
All
So
right. Well,
Tony, do you have a question?
I think I'm just going to do my little shameless plug that I normally do towards the end of the interview. So
Yep.
we got to talking. We heard April talk about training schools. Well, just so happens we're going to give you a little bit of an education on a brand new training school
oh
just
Oh,
opening.
wait. He's got something.
Oh, but wait, there's more because Miss April, it
yes.
is from your very own Big Money Dodge. He's
Wow.
opening he's opening the Big Money compound in Pullman, Washington. And what makes this unique, ladies and gentlemen, is for the first month or for the first few months until he gets a ring, online classes are available. If
Wow.
you want a refresher course, if you are new to the business, please support this man.
Send me the
$25,
info. I'll post
$25 a
it
class. 100 and is it 150 a month? 125 a
It's
month.
20. It's $25 a session.
session.
That is an hour on Tuesday and Thursday. So that's $50. Or 150 gives you a whole month, and every 2 weeks. So my very first trainer is so
So
cal
cow
crazy.
crazy.
I just worked with him. Just
He
oh yeah.
he
I I
he's
I was
he's over
with
20 years
him.
in the
Yeah,
business,
yeah.
and
He,
I
he knows me. Tell him that you had me on. But so yeah, that's awesome. Send me all your stuff. I'll post it, and I'll
my question to you, would you like to be one of our trainers online
oh
on a Tuesday
yeah.
or Thursday?
Hey, that would be great. That'd be awesome. Whatever I can do, I can do the. I was an instructor for United Airlines, so I'm by trade and profession. I'm an instructor. So whether it was dance, sports, business, I used to train the new hires that we hired for the reservation center. So when you called to make your reservations, that's what I did. So I could do training, I could do motivational speaking, I could do character building, I could do
That's
whatever you want me.
probably what I would
You know,
would love and be
yeah,
honored for
talk.
you to
Let's
do.
talk. That's I'm always up for anything that's out there. And even if it means once you get a little bit more off the ground and you start doing something in person, then I can come up. I don't know, once a month or something, or do a whether you do like a day, weekend day class or something, and spend the day, like a regular, like how they do basketball camps, things like that for the day. Just
Well,
to be able to go up, you know, in person
we,
kind of when you get to that point too.
we
Game,
would love for you to come up here. It
yeah,
would mean a lot to me because you being in the business over 30 years and all
almost.
the knowledge and everything you've been through, I I'd be honored for you to come up.
Yeah,
I'd
absolutely,
be honored.
no problem. I mean, that's what it's turned into for me, has been the fun stuff along the way, and then just all the opportunities and helping or whatever needs to be done. 'Cause that's why I do the indie stuff. It's like, what, they're just starting out like this, the Valley Wrestling Connection, Valley Wrestling Connection. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's where I worked with SoCal Crazy. He was
yeah.
he was next to me, and we had the booth, and his wife was there. I spent the whole day with them, and so that promotion is like in their first year. So guess what? They put the Glow logo on their advertising for their events, and they say that the Royal Hawaiian's going to come and do a meet and greet. That gets them the bodies, right? I mean, that's something that I don't mind.
That's what I've noticed down there in Southern California. Anywhere this woman is, I swear to God, the show is packed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
No joke.
Which,
it's a
yeah,
good thing. I have a really good following, and I always meet new fans. Like, they were already fans, but I hadn't been maybe to a show in their area. So with that show that I did with SoCal Crazy, that I got a lot of followers from that show. And that was a good one. And I actually was in that show, so I didn't just do the meet and greet and sign autographs and sell merch, but I was in that show. So that's the
You had
show
a spot.
with
Yeah.
the Vanity Twins. So I had that spot to where I was actually part of the show. So then there's all that kind of stuff. So
Yep.
I'm not I don't have any reason to turn anything down unless it just isn't feasible for me physically to get some, or if I
Yep.
can. And unfortunately, sometimes my medical conditions will, like this,
Of
this
course.
last couple months, I had to cancel May, June, and July. I had gigs, and like I said, it was Jacksonville, Florida, Newark, or Jersey, Kansas City, Missouri, and Rhode Island. And the people on the East Coast are going. They're like, "You said you were." I said, "No, what if I can't travel because I'm having issues with health?" So unfortunately, I might not get far out. So that would really be the only reason I'm opposed to doing, but not so much like it's totally out of the question. It's just I have to kind of, I can't do too much back to like my birthday week
Of course. Of course.
or wrestling shows in one week.
Whoa.
What the hell I was thinking? I did Beverly Hills red carpet event on my actual birthday. I had my birthday dinner. I had wrestling. They celebrated my birthday at the show. That was part of the hype, and stuff like that. But I'm at the point where I have to have a day or two in between, because just it gets too much. Other than that, yeah, I'm game. So you let me know. We'll talk and
I'll send you all the
sure.
information.
Yep.
If you would
Yeah.
please share,
In the
get it
meantime,
out there, help me out.
get you some clients and stuff. Send me
Yeah.
the people that I could start posting. You know.
We're also looking for a ring. That's our main goal, but
Okay. Well,
that's why we're doing this online.
well,
To,
until you get a ring, let me know. Because have you talked to Xavier?
I have, and I've been talking to other people all over,
'Cause my
trying
other
to stay up
bird.
north, but
Yeah. Well, I mean, we can maybe check on trying to see about hooking you up with somebody else that does rings too, or might have something. Because my one
it's the
friend,
finance. That's why we're
well,
doing this online. Try
but
to
you got it
gather up the money,
started.
and
Hey, that's where you gotta start somewhere, right?
that's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, my pleasure. I'd love to help you. No,
I greatly
yeah,
appreciate it, and thank you
yeah,
for everything.
no problem.
And shameless plug number 2.
Yes.
Remember the last time we had you on the show, Nathan had this dream of his to have his own show for the Special Olympics.
Yes. We talked about.
Okay. Well, we can now officially announce, thanks to Big Money Dodge and a couple other promotions in the Washington State area, that is going to happen.
Wow, that's
And that
awesome.
is going to happen probably June of next year.
Well,
Yep.
cool. Put me down.
And again, the offer stands for you to come up and do whatever you
Absolutely.
want in the show. We would
Yep.
love to have you.
Let me know. Let me know when, and and if it means you need more girls, I can get. I told you up that way we have Chainsaw and Spider there. They live in both are in. Well, one is in Beaverton and one is in. I forget what the other little town is, but they're both up there.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I mean, even girls that I could take from here up there, you guys let me know.
absolutely. I mean,
Definitely will.
yeah, I mean, this was a blessing in disguise partnering with Big Money Dodge. I mean,
Amen.
this
Cool.
podcast has taken off with the help of Big Money Dodge, and in fact, with the help, I'm going to go ahead and say it right now, with the help of Boom Shasta today, we were in a lurch,
Good.
as you know, to find guests. I
Mm-hmm.
went out
Yep.
and said, "Hey, Boom, give me 4 or 5." He gave me like 5 people immediately to come
Yeah,
on the podcast for us. So I
You
mean,
ready for this?
I could
You ready
get
for
you
this?
whether they're if you want more glow girls, you want wow girls, you want some of the UWW, you want I've got my girlfriend um Jennifer Thomas she's actually kind of like Sylvia Lopez does the Lucha Girls. She does the session girls. A little bit different, but more on that. So it just depends on the content or what you want. I got
absolutely.
access to, people, my friends.
Absolutely.
So it's just a
Right.
matter of what you're looking to get and what have you. But yeah, for me in Special Olympics, I do a lot of charity stuff already. So anything like that, I'm game. My assistant has disabilities. Juan, the big guy that you always see me with at all my
Yeah,
events,
I
he's a
remember one.
helper. Yeah, so
Got ya.
How's
I,
he doing?
he's great. I took him under my wing, and he was a Glow fan, and he primarily is and I don't know if he's on to sleep. Um, he's
Actually, you can say hi to him. He's in
is he there?
the comments.
He's in the
Oh,
comments.
man. I know he was on there. But he's a women's wrestling supporter. Everything that he loves. Wow, that's why we go. And now we're going to UWW, and he comes whatever promotion that
Yep.
wants out. He's all into supporting. He really the guy's
He's amazing. He's
he
cool.
or leave it, but he is 100%. You should see his album. He collects all the wrestlers. He'll take their pictures, he puts them on a piece of paper, and then he goes and prints, old style, like, because everything's in your phone, but he prints out the little 4x6s, puts it on the paper, and he carries that with him to whatever show we're at. So if he sees any of the girls that he's already got pictures of, he has them sign a whole page to him. To one, da, da, da. Then he takes it home and he laminates it, puts it back in.
Wow.
This guy's got, I don't know, four or five different albums. He has one that is all Royal Hawaiian. Yes,
Now that is
has one
love
that's
and support right
he has
there.
one that's wow, and so he he's like a sailor. He has a different girl outside of the wrestling. He loves women. So
Whoa,
got,
whoa,
he
whoa,
got
whoa, whoa! Not that way.
what?
You,
What do you say?
You're good. You're good. Keep going.
You're good, April.
Big
So
money's
he's
just
like
being big money.
he's got a girl in every country. I kid you not. And they come to California, and he's a Star Wars nut. They'll come for the Star Wars conventions and stuff, or LA, and they come and they meet him. They come and they meet him at a show, and so he says he calls me his guide, and he says if it wasn't for you, I'd still be sitting in my bedroom watching my TV. So he was born and raised in Compton, moved to Carson, and has never been anywhere else in California. I took him to Vegas for the first time in February. First time in at Fremont Street. Never seen the casino, never seen the light, nothing.
wow.
He had never been to the beach. I
Yeah.
took him to Venice. I took him to Santa Monica. I took him to Malibu. I took him to Newport, the other side. I said, we're getting ready for our summer plans, and we're going to go to the Getty Museum, and then there's another museum in Orange County. We're headed to Knott's Berry Farm, you know. So I do all these things, but you know, he had some disabilities, but that doesn't mean you have to be disabled and can't do anything.
Exactly.
So,
Absolutely.
you know,
So,
so when it comes to Special Olympics, things like that, he'll probably would come with me and see all these athletes. What is his name? I just talked to what's his name? He just he's the swimmer guy.
Pat.
Pat.
Yeah.
See, my thing is I know the details, but I just put names.
Yeah.
No, you're.
He
Yeah.
just messaged me
So,
today and was telling me he won his whatever the first place, the second place, third place, and the fifth place
yep.
on his plays and all that. He said he thought he was not going to do as well, but he did. So you know, I'm sending him a text back, congratulations with the swimmer emojis and trophies and all. He's got a on, you know. So that to me is just, you know, I love it, you know, and I'm always good.
Yeah.
Love to see that if
So,
you have a disability, you should still be able. And if you are able to do it, then you should sit somewhere that option for you. So yeah, sure. Definitely let me know. We can
so,
figure it out and put
and seems
Well,
how we know one. Yeah, and seems how we know one's in the chat, man. If you want to go with April, you're more than welcome to. You're invited also.
absolutely. And
We'll,
you know
you know
what?
what? I don't
Here,
travel far without him anymore because it's
I'll take that even one further. From one big wrestling fan to another, you come with her, we'll figure out a way for you to be involved in the show.
oh that'd be great. You know, he's just
I
and
know
he's
somebody that's
just
good at
always
hitting
up
people
for.
with chairs.
Oh,
so, all right, Nathan. So,
yeah.
again,
Oh,
April, we want to thank you for coming on very short notice.
no problem, guys.
We
Anytime.
we, we
And then
appreciate you. We love you. It's yeah. Thank
Oh,
you.
you
Thank
love
you.
her,
Thank
but
you.
not big money? What the hell?
no,
Big money. Big money. You know we love you. I mean, you gave us. You
you
gave us.
reason that the
And,
show take off even more.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'll finish that. Big money. You know we love you because you gave us our boom.
Yeah.
Yep.
In fact, I will quote Boom Shasta for you today. What he told me:
Uh,
the Avengers have their Hulk. The podcast has their boom.
well, good. Awesome. So you
So
let me know. And then if you guys want me to work on connecting you with a few other girls, then let me know and we can, you know, set that up.
absolutely.
Yeah. For
Sounds
sure.
good.
Okay.
So Nathan, we'll go ahead and let you do the
Bye.
closing, and we'll let April get out of here. And we appreciate it again. Thank you so much,
You're welcome.
Nathan. To you.
Aloha.
Well,
Okay,
thank
guys.
you very much.
You're
And
welcome. I'm glad we were able to get through it without all that storm I had and all the bad Wi-Fi I had.
Right.
You
I know.
That was
So
good.
thank you again very
You're
much, and
Okay, guys.
we'll
talk
see you soon.
soon.
See you
Aloha.
later, April.
Aloha.
All right.
Aloha.
Bye.
See you guys.